If you're new to my channel, my name is Steven. I am a film photographer based in Chicago, Illinois. And today I just want to walk you through the case that I'm using this year to house my main film cameras that I'm using for personal projects and for professional work. So starting with the case itself, this is the Nanuk 918. It is a briefcase style hard shell case, and I got it on B&H during a deal zone offer for $140 US. Really happy that I picked it up, not only because it's a great price for this case, but also because it happens to be, in my opinion, the perfect case for film cameras. And the reason I say that is actually because of the depth of the case. So it's kind of hard to tell on camera here, but to compare it to a very classic hard shell case like the Pelican 1510, this case is about an inch deeper than that. I'll put the exact measurements on screen, but the extra depth that this Nanuk 918 has allows for a lot more customizable ways to store your cameras. And I'll show you what I mean now. So opening up the case, we'll check out what's inside. This is how I currently have it laid out. These are the main cameras and lenses that I'll be using in 2024, especially for a lot of the personal work that I'm doing. I find a lot of creative fulfillment with these cameras, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. Going back to what I said about the depth of the case, I will show you first the camera that really made me appreciate that, and that is my Pentax 6x7. It is a notoriously big camera, and because of that, it can be often a little difficult to find ways to store it in different backpacks or hard shell cases. But even with this massive prism viewfinder attached to the top of it right now, you noticed I just took it out of the case and I'll put it back in. It can just stand upright like that, which is amazing. It takes up so much less space because of that, and I am just really stoked that I have a case that is tall enough to allow me to just put it in. Yeah, that's okay.
Can I see what it looks like?
Oh yeah, it looks awesome. It's all this side back here. It was so boring over there. I just wanted to splash some light on the wall.
That's incredible. And this is just like a floating orb.
Just got things in every
Pro mist or glimmer glass or whatever.
Yeah, I've glimmer on this and pro mist on that.
Are you gonna put this in the video?
Probably now. Now down in this bottom left corner, I keep two of my lenses for the Pentax. This is my 105 2.4. That's my favorite portrait lens for this camera. One of my favorite portrait lenses ever. It renders out to roughly a 52.5 millimeter lens. I just kind of call it a 50 because that's close enough to it. But yeah, I love this lens. It is probably the lens that I use on the Pentax more often than not because I do gravitate towards portraits, but when I'm not shooting portraits, I really love this Pentax 55mm f4. And if my camera wants to focus, you can see this right here. This is just my go-to wide angle. Cuts down to like a 27.5 if you want to get technical, but I kind of just think of it as like a 28mm lens. And between this lens and the 105, I kind of have my favorite kit, which is a 28 and 50. Those are my two favorite focal lengths to bounce back and forth between. And they are both really beautiful pieces of glass to use with the 6x7 system. I adore them. They're perfect for what I need. Moving on to the next medium format camera that I have in this case. This is my Riflex 2.8E. I absolutely love this camera. I bought it from my friend Kyler last summer, and I cannot put it down. I really never thought of myself as a 6x6 guy, but this camera has really changed my mind on a lot of that. So really love this. It's already a very compact medium format film camera as is, and despite this little nub on the side here, it fits pretty well in this top pocket over here on its back, which is perfect. With all of the medium format out of the way, I'll talk about the two 35mm cameras I have in here, starting with my little point and shoot. This is my YIKA T4. I adore this little camera. It is the only point and shoot that I own. I was lucky enough to actually win this at an event last year in Chicago. This has really been my favorite little travel camera because it's just so easy to use. The image quality out of the lens is gorgeous, and I just love having a little camera with a built-in flash all the time for whatever moments might come up. So love this camera. I've got a full video about it coming out very soon. So if you're interested in checking that out, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. Lastly, talking about probably the most beloved camera in this case, this is my Leica M6 with the Leica 28mm Elmerit spherical. Yeah, this is a really special camera for me. If you want to hear the full story about it, you can check out this video linked here. But this is an incredibly sentimental gift for me, and I will cherish it for literally the rest of my life. I love using it. It's changed the way that I create images, and I am extremely grateful to have a camera like this. So if you do want to hear the story or just see some more images that I've taken with it within the past year, you can check out these videos right here. So now that we have covered all of the cameras in the main compartment of the case, I'm gonna flip the case over and show you this lid organizer right here. I love this lid organizer for a lot of reasons. I think the way that Nanuk sets this up is really awesome because it's really discreet, but it holds a fair bit of stuff. I use this bottom compartment for my travel light meter as well as a lens cleaning cloth. And then in these two right here, I won't open each of them up, but I keep a shutter release cable as a backup actually in this compartment. And then a few other random accessories, a couple little attachments for my cameras just in case I want to try shooting 35mm in my 120 cameras, some lens pens, little odds and ends like that. But maybe the best part about this is the fact that this actually has some wiggle room built into it. I think Nanuk has on their website said that you can put like an iPad or a laptop back there. But instead of that, I've actually chosen to use it as a place to store a bag of film, which is awesome. This is my Moment 2-liter bag, and I just keep a bunch of film in 35 and 120, always in here just as a backup in case I'm going out to a shoot really quickly and I forget to pack film, whatever reason it is, it doesn't really matter, but it's just nice to have like a backup sleeve of film in the case at all times. And I love that it's just really discreet and gives me a little bit of a safety net in case I forget film. All in all, I'm really happy with the Nanuk 918. I think it really is kind of a perfect case for film cameras, specifically because of that depth that we talked about at the beginning of the video. Being able to store my Pentax in here is just the coolest thing ever, just standing upright, and a load of other accessories or lenses that are just a little bit too long for other cases, but work really well for the 918. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for being here. I'm really looking forward to putting all these cameras through their paces more and more in 2024 and sharing more of my work here with all of you on YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, please consider sticking around for more videos in the future by subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.